Middle penetration, weak side drift. That's another way we teach to move without the ball in our drive and kick series, so let's break it down, all right? First thing you'll notice, our coaches were going off a jab step. That's incredibly important and something that we teach our players. It's got to be able to be transferred in a game. So we don't want to drill unrealistically, right? We want them to be able to take the drill, plug it right into a game. So we'll have our players start off a jab or a shot fake or some sort of one-on-one attack move, okay? You notice our coaches were all going off a jab cross step. All right, so first thing, Coach Bobby's going to make sure he jabs and does a cross step, all right? From wing attack, we teach all our players, you need to drive underneath the elbow. If you drive under the elbow, that's going to force help side to make a decision. All right, let's bring some defense on here so we can show what that looks like. If Coach Bobby was to take a bad angle on a drive, and bad angle means he's driving above the elbow, Coach Andrew does not have to help at all, okay, and nothing got happened. It was just some wasted dribbles, all right? So what we're going to teach with the ball handler, again, they've got to drive close, they've got to drive to score. Anytime you have the ball, be an offensive threat, all right? So we want to make sure he's driving close, driving with his shoulders, and he's getting here to the middle. Now, you'll notice that Coach Andrew has to make a decision. Is he going to stop the ball or is he going to stay with the shooter? If he stays with the shooter, Coach Bobby will end up going into a spin back, layup, dunk. He's going to finish the play right here with middle penetration, okay? But since Coach Andrew stopped here, all right, he stopped penetration, now Coach Bobby has to make the right type of pass. Again, 3 type of passes you can make. He can pass it over the top, all right? That's one to the shooter. He can go back here. He might have to step out and make a bounce pass. Okay, that could happen. He might have to step out and do a 2-to-1 chest pass, okay? Notice every time, though, I said a step-out pass, okay? And he has to step out and pass the ball with the proper hand. He's not going to be able to pass the ball with his right hand in this situation. If he does, let's give him the ball back here. If he threw a pass with his right hand, that's a deflection. All right, we teach our guards rules, okay? No strips, no blocks, no deflections is the 3rd rule, okay? So any good guard, when you're making that pass off of penetration, you can't get a deflection. Those kill your offense, all right? So that's what it is for the ball handler, okay? Can't over-penetrate as well. All right, so let's talk about the shooter now, okay? Shooter here has to stay shot ready. All right, once again, he's in that low athletic stance. He's ready to shoot the ball because if Coach Bobby was just to skip it here, listen, this is a closeout situation. You've got to be able to use a shot fake or a jab and get by that defender, okay? So you've always got to be ready when you're off the ball, okay? Ball back over to Coach Bobby. Coach Andrews on help side, okay? Now, again, same as when we did strong side drive, strong side slide, Coach Nick's got to leave late, get there early. All right, he can't leave once Coach Bobby's about to dribble because what that means is Coach Andrews just going to go with him. All right, what that looks like this, and this is the incorrect way, coaches. If Coach Bobby's about to go, he leaves, he goes, nothing happens. All right, now he's just stuck in a bad situation with no dribble and no lifeline to help him. All right, so you got to make sure as a shooter without the ball, have patience, all right? Patience is key, so we want them to leave late, get there early. Same way we teach them to get to the corner. Run your first 3, shape up for 2. Shape up again means slide on that defensive slide for 2 steps. If we're shooting now in rhythm, okay, and it's a 3-pointer, Coach Nick now, even though he's right-handed, he's gonna step into a shot right-left, all right? If he catches the ball in rhythm and it's a 3. All right, defense, let's get off for 1 second so we can show that real quick, all right? Let's watch Coach Nick's footwork here. It's going to be a sideways right-left step. Let's go. That's in rhythm. All right, it's got to be slide 1, 2. Remember, we are very, very, very detailed at M14. We don't have a second to waste when we catch the ball. You got to do something with it. You've got some athletes coming at you to close out. That half a second that it took to set your feet, you're not open anymore when you get your shot. All right, now, the second way Coach Nick might get into it is if he was waiting for the pass. All right, those things happen. Coach Bobby might have to fake. He might have to pivot. Coach Nick could be standing there wide open, all right? If that's the case, Coach Nick's going to go back to stepping in left, right. All right, anytime you're a shooter and you're waiting for a pass, step in your natural way to shoot. But if you're catching it in rhythm, then we got to go inside foot, outside foot, okay? Let's show it one time with the defense on what it looks like. Middle penetration, weak side drift. Here it goes. So coaches, let's recap. Coaches, for the ball handler, make sure they start off with a jab step or a shot fake to make sure the drill is realistic. From wing attack, we always want to make sure that that penetration middle is always done below the elbow. That's going to force help. That means they've got to drive to score. They've got to drive body to body, straight line attack, and driving through contact, all right? They can't over penetrate. So that means they have to mark the court. We've got to make the proper pass and have the proper footwork into that pass. The shooter has to start shot ready, always low in an athletic stance. They've got to leave late and get there early, which means the shooter cannot leave until the ball handler dribbles the ball. That allows that defender to stop the penetration. They have to run 3 and then slide 2. They have to make sure they stay spaced so the passer has an angle to make that pass to them. They have to make sure they stay in the passer's vision, and they have to use the right footwork when they're getting into their shot. There's 2 variations of this drill that we teach coaches. One is not to slide to the weak side corner, but actually to circle on top. The other one is when we circle up top, we always want to teach our guards to be ready when they close out on them, use a jab step, penetrate, finish strong at the rim.